Now, people in Manor are going to be celebrating today because the HEB that every single resident of Manor has been screaming for is finally open. But that's not what we're here to talk about. This market is as weird as all of the news tells you it is, and I'll be honest, it's probably the toughest I've ever dealt with, at least over the last 8 years that I've been in the real estate world. So we're going to talk about it. Stay tuned because Austin's not a pretty sight right now. What's going on, y'all? It's Mason Bleasdell, your Austin real estate agent, and we're gonna jump straight into some stats here because I want to go over everything, as far as what's going on in the last 7 days, all these closed statistics now from September, as well as a couple thoughts at the end, what I've been seeing and what I think you should do with all of this information. So jumping right in, first thing I want to hit on, the last 7 days. So October 15th to the 22nd, the last 7 days of recording this video, because this is the best indicator of what is going on right now. 897 new listings. That's down a little bit from when we did this the exact same days in September, so 1 month ago. But that's also fairly typical for the market. We'll see where that goes. 827 homes went pending. That's actually a very similar ratio to what we saw last month, but also down slightly. Price drops are also down, but still substantially higher than at least what we've seen over the past 5 years, still at 1,830 price drops. Now, let's jump straight into some September closings. Now, remember, this is the entire Austin MLS. So Austin, all of its suburbs, the entire metro area. Now, in September 2025, 2,894 homes closed. That's a little bit down from the closed statistics that we saw in August. Now, remember, September is going to be indicative of the homes that went under contract in August, at least generally speaking. So a little bit less movement in the market. A little bit of that is typical. I'll talk about that a little bit more at the end. Interesting to see, a little bit less homes transacting. During that same time, average sales price fell actually pretty dramatically, at least in the grand scheme of things, to $552,000, basically $553,000. Average percent of list price to sales price ratio. This is the first time we've seen more than a couple of tenths of a percent drop in a while. A little bit over 1% of a drop since August. Average price per square foot, $246. That's also pretty substantially down from August. And the average days on market, again, all things considered, is actually pretty substantially up to 76 days. Now, comparing the medians as well, taking out a little bit of the pressure of some outliers. Median sales price, $409,000. That's down $20,000 from just a month ago. Median percent list price, sales price did remain the same at 98%. Now, granted, that is the listing price as of the time it goes under contract, not the original listing price. I'll talk more about that at the end. Median price per square foot dropped to $208, again, compared to $215 in August. And the median days on market is up to 58 from 46 in August. Now, let's take a little bit of the seasonality element of it out, because of course this is fall. This is traditionally when real estate slows down a little bit. So looking at the same month, 2024, September, again, same statistics, Austin MLS, 2,652 homes closed, which is actually down from what we had this year. But that average sales price was also down at $543,000, so about 10 grand lower than where we are now. That average percent list price sales price ratio is also a little bit higher than where we are right now, and the average days on market is a little bit down from where we are right now. That median sales price was a little bit higher in 2024 at $415,000, and the median days on market was also 52, a little bit lower than where we are right now. Now, what does all of this mean? Of course, if you're looking to buy in this market, there's a lot of inventory up for sale. Although it's funny, working with a bunch of my buyers, it does seem like there's not that many of the quote unquote good homes, the ones that are going to fly off the market. But that said, we're pushing 5.7 months, according to the Austin Board of Realtors now, as a general Austin metro, which is really fascinating. And if you're looking at any of the suburbs, once you narrow it down by zip code, basically every single suburb around the Austin area is over 6 months, pushing it into officially a buyer's market. So if you're looking for deals, I'll be honest, there's some sellers, when the average days on market's at 76, you start to get a little antsy when your house has been on the market more than 2 months. There's definitely some deals to be had. If you're looking to sell, man, my total honesty, if you can push it off till the spring at least, let's see what happens in February, March, I definitely would if it was my house. It's really, really tough. And I say that not just because this year is super tough. You know, interest rates as of the day we're recording this, for a conventional loan, 20% down, you know, prime buyer, was right at 6.25%. So pretty good, especially compared to what we were a year ago when we were in the 7s. However, we haven't seen that make a dramatic difference really on the buyers that are out there, on who's shopping. So if you're looking to sell, honest, I'd hang on a little bit. Typically by the time we get to Thanksgiving, I tell everybody that as a blanket statement. We're not that far. We're only a month away now here in late October, but it's definitely an interesting one. If you're thinking about buying maybe in the spring of next year, maybe it's time to start looking. If you find a really good house, you know, don't necessarily rush it, but if you find a good house, the opportunity for a good deal is probably out there. We'll continue to see what interest rates do and how that affects the market, but if any of this applies to you, whether you're thinking to buy, whether you're thinking to sell, and any of this was helpful to you in just assessing that situation, if you want to get specific about different zip codes and, you know, maybe you're looking in North Austin, maybe you're looking out in Leander, and you're curious like what all of this means specifically for those areas, I got all those stats. I love these numbers because it gives you a sense, taking some emotion out of it, but giving you just what's actually going on. Anyways, if I can be that real estate resource of choice for you, shoot me a call, text, DM. My personal contact details are on the screen and down below. I would love to be your real estate agent navigating all of this. We'll put a good game plan together. We can overcome all of this. It's not necessarily going to be easy, but we can definitely do it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to y'all next time.